Hello, and welcome to my channel. My name is Kat. I am the Nurse Flipper. If this is your first time here, this is another edition of Monday What's Sold. Now, our sales have been a little bit slow for us. We have $635 going out on eBay today. Our average is about $1,000, so we're about 35% down from where we normally are. And then we've also got about $150 going out over on other platforms. So I'm going to show you what sold. Hopefully you can learn some new stuff that you didn't know would sell well and pick it up when you are outsourcing. So let's get started. All right, up first is actually a jewelry item. So this is a really pretty sterling silver, like heron or crane brooch. I did put both because I wasn't sure exactly what it was. And this one is marked 925 down there on the bottom. Just about 2 inches. I paid about $5 for this in an online auction jewelry lot, and it sold for $48.99 in less than a month, making it over a $40 profit. Keep your eye out for brooches, especially animals, birds, turtles, butterflies, dragonflies, anything like that. People collect that stuff, so I find it really easy to keyword it and tend to get pretty fast sales on those pieces. Next are some strawberry shortcake vintage pencils. I used to love strawberry shortcake. Don't know about you guys, but I paid 50 cents for these. They did take about 5 months to sell, but they sold for $10.51 plus the buyer paid $12 in shipping. These strawberry shortcake pencils are going international. Turn on Standard International if you haven't already. It's a great way to get international sales. The difference between Standard International and global shipping, Standard International does not provide the seller as much protection. You do still get some seller protection, but it's way cheaper for your buyers. So like for this $10 item, a buyer wouldn't want to pay $20 or $30 that it would cost through global shipping program, but they're happy to pay $12 through Standard International. So Standard International helped me get that sale. Next, and I use this rule for plates and decorative items just like I do the brooches. Watch out for animal stuff, guys, especially another animal that a lot of people like is peacocks. So this is a 6.5 inch plate. It is Satsuma. I paid less than $1 for this, and this plate sold for $15.76 plus the buyer paid $11 in shipping. Once this is packaged up with packing materials in a box, it will weigh over a pound, so it does ship out at a 2-pound rate, and this plate will be over a $12 profit. Next, and I haven't seen this one. I don't know if this is as good as the actual original. I loved the original. This is Dennis the Menace. It is a remake. I used to watch Dennis the Menace on TV. Mr. Wilson! I love that show. Anyways, this DVD sold for $4.63, making it about a $3 profit. It would be a $4 profit, but I pay my niece $1 each to list the DVDs for me. This is another item. I feel like you can find this pretty cheap, right? This is a really heavy brass vase. I only paid a few dollars for this. It's got really cool carvings on the bottom. And this one, it took about 6 months. So it does take a little bit longer to sell, but it sold for 40 bucks. So over a $35 profit. Buyer paid 20 in shipping. This is a heavy vase. And yeah, I pick up brass items. They are normally long tail. They do take a little while to sell, but you can typically find them for pretty cheap and you can make a good profit on them. And then this beautiful carved soapstone trinket box. I did pay $10 for this at an estate sale. I probably paid a little too much. It does say made in India on the bottom, and it sold for $30. So it's about a $16 profit. And I probably should have only paid about $5, but that's okay. It did take about 3 months to sell. Sewn items are another thing I feel like you can find pretty cheap, but they are longer tail. And I do tend to pick up a lot of longer tail items. If you guys haven't noticed, I probably do about 50-50 on what will sell fast and then the stuff that takes quite a few months to sell, and I'm okay with the mix because I do have quite a bit of room for storage. Next is this Cricut cartridge. So I actually told you guys one of my last thrifting videos, I didn't pick it up any of their Cricut cartridges because there weren't any Disney, and those are the ones that tend to sell faster. So I got this at a garage sale. I only paid $5 for it. It is still new sealed, and I was kind of conflicted. So I sent an offer out for $20 to a buyer, and they countered me back at $19.99 and said, hey, if you accept my offer, I can't pay until November 3rd. That's when I get paid. And I let it sit there. And then overnight, I got a $20 offer from another buyer. And I'm like, do I sell it to the first offer because they did say they'd pay in 3 days, or do I get the money now? And then I heard several of you in my head talking about me being like, it's business, you know, it's not my friend, I don't know them. So I accepted the $20 offer versus the $19.99 offer that couldn't pay for 3 days. They paid right away. This is going to be about a $13 profit, and it sold in under a week from listing it. Next is a Monster High doll. So this lovely doll only sold for $7. Most of the time I can get 10 to 15 for these, and you tend to get about 5 to 10 in lots. So I pick them up if I can find them for $1, which is what I paid for this. So she's about a $5 profit, but she took almost a year to sell. So you never really know with the Monster High, and some of those dolls are worth hundreds of dollars. So I generally will always pick them up if I can find them for $1. Next, this is the second time this pair of pants has sold. These are the Mandalorian. These are by Hannah Anderson, so remember that name. It is the red signature there on the bottom. There is the tag. So these were originally $50. I sold them to one person who decided they just didn't like them. They sent them back. I listed them. They sold within a week. They sold for $23. I paid $10 for a set of these. And what sucks is the bottoms were large, the top was small. I had to separate them out. So I was hoping to get $50, but I got $23 for the bottom pair, making them about a $15 profit. I do still have the top, which is a size small, which might take a little bit longer to sell. Up next is this shell necklace. So if you guys watch my live show, I believe it was last week, I talked about it. Another reseller sent me an offer on this, and then I accepted. It was $30 under my asking price. So I was asking $70 for it, and they sent me an offer of $45. I accepted. This is 14 karat gold box chain. So this is actual gold. And then they proceeded to demand I lower the shipping cost. Not so nicely either. So I ended up canceling that order. That was last Tuesday. And last night I got an offer for $50, which is actually more than that reseller had offered me. Plus they paid my shipping without problem. Now, the reason that reseller had an issue is because I had a priority shipping, because this is a $50 necklace. Had it sold at full price, it was $70. I don't want to send a $50 necklace first class. I want to have protection of insurance from priority. So that's what I charge for. That's what I'm going to send it. And that reseller wanted me to sell it and send it first class, and I was not willing to do that. So needless to say, I canceled their order. I blocked them because they were pretty nasty to me about giving them cheaper shipping and that I was overcharging. And it sold in less than a week after to a buyer who was happy to pay what I was asking for shipping. And I only paid about $5 for that in an online jewelry lot, and it will be about a $30 profit. Actually about $35. And then I sold 2 vents for $11.64. Those I am pennies in, so that'll be about a $10 profit. And next, I'm not sure what happened to this guy. So this is a really cool fish platter. I actually got this when I was up in Pennsylvania at the Goodwill with Dagny and Dale, but he has a chipped tail. And I looked at my photos and I did not see it, but I looked in my bag just now and there are no pieces. So I don't know if he was damaged originally or if he got damaged like in our storage. He sold for $35. I paid $3. I have sent the buyer some pictures of that chip and ask them if they still want it. If not, I will cancel their order, give them a refund, and put the pictures of the damage up in my listing to make sure that the next buyer is aware. So if you discover a flaw after you have sold an item, I recommend go ahead, message your buyer, send out a picture and say, hey, I just noticed this when I pulled it. I did not see it when I originally listed it. So would you still like this item, or would you like me to refund you? And give them a choice of whether they want it or not. Up next, this is a little Wedgwood. I got this up in Pennsylvania as well, 2 for $5. And this one sold for $20.99, plus the buyer paid $5.99 in shipping. You can see there it is stamped Wedgwood, made in England. Be really careful with Wedgwood, because Wedgwood doesn't have an E. So look there, and there is no E on Wedgwood. So a lot of people make the mistake of listing their item with an E in Wedgwood, and then buyers can't find it and it sits there. So that one is going to be about a $15 profit, and it sold in less than a month. This North Dakota, South Dakota, Texaco map. This one sold for $5.52. I am about 50 cents in. It's about a $4.50 profit, and it did take about 8 months to sell. The buyer paid $4.50. I would like to take just a moment to say I really appreciate you watching me. It really does mean a lot. Take a second, hit that thumbs up, leave me a comment below to let me know what you think, and definitely subscribe if you have not subscribed. I really do appreciate you watching. So let's get back to the video. And then this is a little butter dish Woodhaven collection. This is not something I would pick up while I was out thrifting. Really plain, right? But I got it in an online auction box lot, looked it up, sells for 10 bucks. Figure I have it, I might as well list it. Less than $1 in. It's about an $8 profit. It did take about 3 or 4 months to sell. So I wouldn't pick that up while I was out thrifting, but I get a lot of stuff I wouldn't pick up in these box lots that I get from auctions, and I list the items if they are worth it. Next, and this one looks really plain Jane, right? This is an Olympus Infinity film camera, and this one sold for $75. Looks plain, right? Who would have thought? 75 bucks. Paid less than $1 in an online auction lot. Sold in less than a month for $75, plus the buyer paid $9 in shipping. So this is about a $65 profit. Check your little film cameras. You'd be surprised at some of them. The little boat that I had to go hunting for. Sold for a whole $7.88. It's a little Minnie Mouse boat. I actually looked for another one because I couldn't find this. Dalton had taken this boat out of the storage area and had it on the carport. So I had to bring it inside, scrub it clean. When I couldn't find it, I was looking to see how much it would be to get another one. I was $10 cheaper than anyone else, but this thing took a year to sell. I don't get it, don't know why, but whatever. It sold $7. Found it out on the carport where Dalton had been playing with it, took it inside, washed it off a little bit, and it's gonna be about a $5 profit. That will wrap up eBay. Let's go ahead and look at the other platforms, and I'm also going to give some thanks for coffees at the end of this video as well. Another Poshmark sale that surprises you. I sold a softball bat over on Poshmark. This bat sold for $10. I'm less than $1 in, and it took about a year to sell. I bought a lot of bats, and some were popular, some were not. I'm just happy to have it gone. I'm going to make about a $7 profit. And those fit in the triangle tubes really easy, just like golf clubs. I will pop a picture up. This is the Lion King. They are a set of Lion King Broadway plush Beanie Babies. I paid about $8 for these, and they sold for $35 over on Mercari, making them about a $23, $24 profit, and they sold in about 6 months. And then some little wall sconce candle holders. I got these in an auction lot. They were in a cart lot, and a lot of you have asked what a cart lot means. Look, I'm like, these are like weapons. A cart lot is they like literally push a like wheeled cart out like you would see a busboy with at a restaurant, fill it up with stuff, and you bid on everything on the cart. So paid $5. These two sold for $35 over on Facebook Marketplace. They are not branded. I believe they are silver plate, and they sold in about 3 months. I really thought this would be worth more, and I thought it would sell faster, but it didn't. I only paid $1 for it on auction, but it's a really cool like nail and wire art. Hope you guys can see this. Really cool. It's really heavy. It's really vintage, and it took over a year to sell. Sold for $16 over on Facebook, but I will take it. And I actually, I don't know if you can see it. Back there I had a box that my dog food just came in from Amazon, and I think it's going to be the perfect size for that. That's why, again, I keep all of my boxes. Find somewhere to stash them because you can probably use them. This is a Our Generation Walmart brand little doll. It has the little stool. It's like a little salon chair. Again, took almost a year to sell. Sold for $12 over on Facebook as well, making it about a $10 profit. I am pennies into it. It came in a big doll lot. Another old film camera. This one not as impressive as the other one. This one sold for $10 plus the buyer paid shipping over on Facebook Marketplace. So that is everything that is going out. Again, we are about 30 to 35% down. Could be one of two things. Well, three things. Here's my thoughts. Either the pay-per-click that has started on eBay is pushing down the rest of us who aren't using it. B, it was Halloween, it was a holiday, a lot of people were out, they weren't online shopping. Or C, I've been sick and not listing. So there are a lot of variables that go into having slow sales, and we can never really know what it really is that's making it happen. All we can do is do our best to continue pushing forward and trying to get more sales. My niece is here cross-posting today. She has the same bug I had, so she hasn't been listing for me the last week. I haven't felt up to listing but 3 to 5 items a day, so our listing is way down. Mom also had the bug, so Mom wasn't here cross-posting. So unfortunately, when we work all together and we get this cold, it affects the business. Now, I have heard from a lot of other people that sales are down, so I'm hoping it's just the holiday. Just remember, guys, keep pushing through. That's really all you can do. You just have to list, and eventually stuff will sell. Brad always laughs at me when I'm like, oh, sales are down, because he's like, you say that every time, they'll be fine tomorrow, and he's right. It does come back up. It is just a matter of time. So let me go ahead and say some thanks to people who got me coffees. I'm trying to be good, not getting behind in this, because I really do like to thank each and every one of you. BC Treasure Queen bought me 3 coffees and said, your time is valuable, and I appreciate and thank you for taking time to respond to my questions every time I message you. Thanks, Kat. You are so welcome, Lacey. Thank you so much for the coffees. I really do appreciate it, and I really am very available to you guys via email or Instagram. If you have any questions or need any help with anything, definitely reach out to me. Don't hesitate. I really don't mind helping. And Deborah Davenport bought me coffee, said, thanks for sharing your time and knowledge. I learned something new from every video I watch of you, Deborah. Deborah, I really do appreciate you watching, and thank you so much for the coffee. And then Carla bought me a coffee and said, thanks for all your help and encouragement. You're an amazing teacher, so full of knowledge and positivity. Again, thank you, Carla. Thank you so much for the coffee. I really do appreciate it. And then someone bought me a coffee, whoever you someone are. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Nita Smith bought me a coffee and said, learning so much from you, and signed up for Bazaar today and super excited to keep selling. Take a day off and feel healthier. God bless you. Nita, thanks so much. I wish I could take a day off. I have rested, guys. I promise you, I have really rested a lot, and I do still do a little bit, but this is my business. This is my income. There's no paid sick days when you're a reseller. I mean, you still make money, but you're not going to make as much if you're not working. So, Nita, thank you so much. Amy G over in St. Augustine bought me 2 coffees and said, you're awesome. I appreciate everything you do for us. Go buy yourself something. You deserve it. Love you to pieces, Amy. Amy G, thanks so much for your continued support and the coffees. I really do appreciate it. And then Carla Rowland bought me 3 coffees and said, thank you so much for your videos and info. Much respect for your hard work. Carla, thanks so much. I really do appreciate it. I think a lot of people don't realize it really does take a lot of time to do YouTube. So you really have to love what you're doing. in order to keep doing it. And I absolutely love teaching, and I love getting feedback and hearing that you guys are learning and that you're increasing your income because of what you're learning from me. That is like the best thing ever. Then Linda Pruitt bought me coffee and said, I follow you as you thrift as well as a few others, but I like you the best. You explain why you pick certain things up, and because of you, I actually bought a Ping golf club driver. I was thrilled to get $180 for it. Linda, that is so awesome. I paid $50, but it was almost in new condition. Also, you took time out of your busy day to reply to me about negative feedback I recently received as well. Thank you. You are so welcome. Again, I love hearing you guys finding stuff because you saw me show you it, whether I found it or I sold it, and I just think it's really cool. And then the cool thing is you share it and people learn from you, and it just keeps going and going, and it's absolutely amazing. And then Susan Hunt bought me a coffee. Kat, you have helped me so much and inspired me to do better, push myself to get rid of my death pile. Thank you so much. I'll make you a deal. You keep making videos and I'll keep watching them. Susan, that is definitely a deal. I definitely will keep making videos. I did miss one. I missed one, which is a big deal for me because I typically do daily. And yeah, but you guys can count on me. I will be here and I'm happy to keep helping you. And then Cindy bought me 3 coffees. Hi Kat, I've been wanting to do this for a while. I really appreciate that you often share where you source item from and how to keyword difficult items. You have helped me so much. Cindy, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. And just in case you guys are wondering, the Buy Me a Coffees are a way to tip your content creators without us getting a ton taken out. So YouTube memberships and super chats and ad revenue all gets about 30% taken away by YouTube, but Buy Me a Coffee only takes 3% out, which is awesome. So I really appreciate those of you that go to Buy Me a Coffee and get me coffees there. A lot of these were actually during my live show. I know they've been dropping the Buy Me a Coffee link. So for those of you that take that extra step to go and buy me a coffee while I'm live, I really do appreciate it. And then this is the last coffee. Melinda said, found your channel through Bearded Thrift Machine and I'm finding so much value in your videos. Thank you. Melinda, I am so glad you found me through Julian, who actually, guys, don't forget, tomorrow night, Julian will be back, my co-host, as well as Mary Beth and Laura from Fat Birds Finds, and Jeffrey from Nifty Vintage. So we're gonna have a great live show tomorrow night. So make sure you come and join us. Also, I will see my channel members here soon. After this video, we will be doing eBay store reviews. So if you're not yet a channel member, you can still join and come join our members only eBay store reviews here shortly. So definitely check that out. There are different levels of membership. Hit the thumbs up if you haven't already. Subscribe, turn on the bell notification, and let your friends know if they are resellers as well, or if they're interested in reselling. I really do appreciate you guys watching. I will see you live in a few minutes if you are in my membership, or I will see you live tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for our regular weekly live show. Bye guys.